As our stories have revealed, there are literally layers upon layers of people and teams who are behind the scenes supporting the COVID-19 frontline healthcare workers. I sat down with Anders Wold, who's the CEO of GE Healthcare's Clinical Care Solutions, which includes ultrasound and life care solutions, as I wanted to get his perspective on what it's like leading some of the product lines that are right at the centre of the COVID-19 crisis. Anders, really good to see you. Okay, so look, to begin with, GE Healthcare is made up of multiple business units. You've got the imaging and you've got the clinical care solutions. What's included in the clinical care solutions part?
So the portfolio includes things like monitors, ventilators, maternal infant care, that's incubators and warmers. You have diagnostic cardiology, ECG equipment. We have anesthesia equipment, and then a whole range of ultrasound equipment used for many different purposes. So it's a large business. It's about $5 billion in revenue and a very healthy portfolio. And in fact, for this discussion, it's central to how you could help the COVID-19 situation dramatically. And so we are in the middle of that battle right now.
And what's it actually been like, Anders? I mean, you've been at GE Healthcare for over 30 years and in the healthcare industry for nearly 4 decades. How does COVID-19 compare to some of those other experiences that you've had through the years?
Well, first of all, I have to say nothing compares with this. COVID-19, it's so many unprecedented challenges. I never have been seen it. I remember Chernobyl. I've seen flus. We have had our challenges opening up new markets, whether it's been in Asia and Africa, etc. But this is nothing like it because it impacts everyone. And there is no standard anymore. And I think that's the biggest challenge for everyone, because we thought maybe 3 months ago this was something that started to hit China, but so it's a moving target. And suddenly we are all in the middle of it. So the biggest challenge, I would say, has been our customers that actually using our portfolio continue to battle the pandemic. And we try to help them in the most complex situations. And that's very difficult. So you have to have social distancing and think about your teams all along while keeping kind of the wheels moving. And that's really the biggest thing.
It's got to be pretty rewarding that so much of your portfolio is supporting the front lines of this pandemic.
Yeah, you're absolutely right. And that's, I think our teams in the Clinical Care Solutions feels extremely proud. We're in the middle of it. There's a need for what we do, for what we develop. The purpose is coming right up. And you actually see that. We hear it every single day. We all heard about the battle for getting ventilators right around the globe. We are in the middle of that. We have to even acquire a license to expand and ramp up our portfolio. And so that's one beyond what we normally do. Monitors are in so much demand. So I think that's a good thing with this. The frustration part is can we deliver enough?
Your systems and technologies are being used all around the world. I mean, I spoke with Dr. Wang in Tibet, who's a clinician, and he's pioneering the use of ultrasound applications for COVID-19 patients. I mean, your technology really is in the hands of people on the front lines all around the world, which is being used to counter this virus.
Yeah, no, that's right. That's a great example you just gave. Typically, when we are in those kind of rural spaces, ultrasound is great because it's portable, it's battery operated, to quickly decide on lung diagnostics. So, if somebody develops COVID and infectious, you could quickly see it on the water level fluid in the lung. And ultrasound is ideally situated for that. And doctors could quickly understand what situation a patient would be in and quickly start patient management accordingly. Now, further in that event for a patient, God forbid, but you will get closer to a very critical situation if you have to use a ventilator. And that's life-saving device. And you heard records of people being on ventilators from 1 to 30 plus days and surviving. So we are basically, with our portfolio, holding lives in our hands. And that makes this purpose so compelling. And that's why our teams are rallying.
Anders, I've had the privilege of going to Madison, Wauwatosa, Waukesha, I've spoken to your team in Wuxi in China and many other teams in the field, and you have this broad, diverse spectrum of employees that are coming from all walks of life who are now focused on this one single effort.
That's the other thing about GE and GE Healthcare. We're extremely global. We distribute our products to 250 countries, but we have plants many different places. The medicine plant you're pointing out has been amazing. We have volunteers trying to help us. We have a lot of different people coming in, working in teams to protect ourselves, of course. And the turnaround has been amazing, how that's been building. Medicine was one place. We have Helsinki is another one. We have border ops. Mexico is a third plant. We are expanding into China. So you'll see that everywhere right now. So that makes it challenging too, because we are all locked down, working from home, except for manufacturing people working in teams at the plants, at exposure situation. Never been like that. We have to have team meetings, coordinate everything from our own laptops. Basically, running a huge company from a laptop is not so simple, and it requires new skills. However, I heard from many of our employees, we're really missing the social interaction and the dynamic about that. So I think we'll find back to some of the balance, and we'll get through this soon enough.
I'm delighted that so many people across GE Healthcare are looking at these stories, and I know that they're going to look at this one. So what's your message for them?
First of all, I have to say, you take the example of people on the shop floor. I am so proud, and there's really one word to say that what everything is battling. They're putting patients and the purpose in front. And it's just to say a big thank you to all our employees that are stepping in and doing that. There is no limit to how grateful we are for what people are stepping into. And I like to add, we have people in manufacturing, but we have people in service. You think about teams in the field that have to go and service equipment and really do that. It's massive exposure to. Big thank you to that team too. And I would also say that even though today it doesn't seem to be a light in the tunnel because it's an ongoing challenge here, just hang in there. We'll get through this. We'll get stronger. We get smarter about this. And we'll get more unified. And that's one thing that comes out of this. I'm so impressed by the cross-functional connections that we have in our team. We have a massive team. So really, I really want to thank everyone for what they do and what they do for patients and for the company, of course.
Anders, you've got a huge remit and I'm sure a very busy day. So thanks for taking a moment to say hi and sharing a few insights. It's been a real pleasure.